The connection today is actor Martin Gabel. The film is 14 hours. This one is as simple as it gets. A man, played by Richard Basehart, checks into a hotel with the intention of killing himself by jumping off the building. A cop, played by Paul Douglas, just so happens to be walking by as Basehart is about to jump. The rest of the movie follows the police as they try to talk Basehart out of jumping, and the onlookers wondering what will happen next. The film was released in the Fox Film Noir DVD series, but I think that misguides people into thinking this is a darker movie than it really is. Yes, it deals with suicide, but the film tries to convey how there are too many positives in life to want to kill yourself. If this was a true film noir, it would be much more complex than that. Douglas and Basehart would probably go back and forth on why life is great and not so great. In this film, Basehart is more mentally unstable. He has a lot of baggage from his childhood and just from life in general. I think this aspect to Basehart's character was a very good touch because his instability makes him hesitant to throw himself off. We don't sit there and wonder why he's listening to the police officers if he hates his life so much. His character is not filled with so much hate that he's ignorant to others' advice. It makes sense to the audience why he doesn't just throw himself off. Basehart stepping onto the side of the building is really a cry for help because he doesn't know how to fix his situation. Anyways, the performances in this film are great. Richard Basehart pulls off the sympathetic role really well. When you look at his filmography and note the amount of times he's played a tough guy, it's interesting to see him in a drastically different role. Paul Douglas is an actor that a lot of people shit on, but I always thought he was good, and this film is an example of his good work. He's actually a really likable guy. I love the conversations that these two have. When they start, Douglas's sole intention is to talk Basehart off the ledge so that he can get back to his duties, but slowly Douglas starts to get to know Basehart, and he really does care what happens to him. The inflection in Douglas's voice slowly changes from fake to genuine. That's something I commend Paul Douglas for achieving. That's a difficult thing for an actor to do. Director Henry Hathaway, again, does a great job making sense of all this hysteria. What I mean is that this film has a lot of subplots. These subplots could have easily distracted from the film or screwed up its pacing, but everything works surprisingly well. Hathaway definitely is one of the most underrated directors from the golden age of Hollywood. His filmography is filled with hidden gems like Call Northside 777, Kiss of Death, The Real Glory, The Dark Corner, and one of my all-time favorites, Rawhide. But he also has films to his credit that are very fondly remembered, like The Sons of Katie Elder, The Desert Fox, and How the West Was Won. I wish more people would give him the respect that he deserves. This is also the screen debut of Grace Kelly. She's the star of one of the subplots about a couple getting a divorce. Grace Kelly is primarily the reason why people seek out this film, which is a shame because this is actually a pretty entertaining movie. Seek it out to not only see where Grace Kelly got her start, but to see an overall good film with some fine performances, good direction, and a very well thought out script.